Hey everyone, SpeeDMan here, and welcome back to part 9 of our Let's Learn Civilization 6 Norway run. As we get started with today's episode, I'd like to ask you to please feel free to like, comment, subscribe for more daily content. Alright, as we get started here, remember where we last left off? We just took down that barbarian camp down in the northwest section here. We finally got that killed. This kind of area here was really tricky for us to kind of clear out. Glad we did. This barb camp in the region of here pushed us, and then we kind of just had to deal with that, so the field cannons made things hard. But the barb camp issue is now not a threat anymore, unless there's another barb camp here, which I will use this character to investigate next turn. But at the moment, we are going to just check down the south end here, make sure we have a secured area. Builder has a couple charges, so we are going to retain that. That way, with the, I'll leave that there. Actually, I can get rid of it since they're already locked on. Yep. So in my position, really the important thing is getting another builder so that way we can make use of a lot of these tiles. We have quite a few tiles to work, and we will need to kind of get started on that. Plus, settling right here puts me in range of a luxury resource here, which is a very interesting one, given that it's a camp on a one tile little island right here, but nonetheless can be used. I'll bring this unit to the side here. Since the quadrireme got done, let's consider a location that we can actually put down this district. That way we can grow that city a bit more. Main thing is that the settler is going to take a while anyway, so it's probably best we don't work on the settler for now. This stage of the game, really, it's more about maxing out the diplomatic favor points that we could pick up. We could buy the settler, actually. I think I might do that just to get that third city, and that will be our last settler for the game. So let's actually, let's do that. Bring that to 7 population. And then a good position that we can settle onto, personally, I think, would be on this tile here. Because then a decent campus. Go right there. Then pretty solid harbor. You go here. I actually like the idea of doing harbor shipping. Just continuing to boost our income of that. We have a few options here that we can consider. Nothing really is all that appealing at the moment. With our empire at the moment as it stands, we have quite a few commercial hubs, kind of getting more set up. So overall, I mean, that's not bad. The only thing is that nothing we have here is going to really fall well into that. Could go one into that and one into that. Give us a little bit more gold per turn. Yep, it boosted us up to 515. Yeah, so that's good. Pick up units. It's not going to do very much, but at least we have like a decent unit. Can make an army later on, and at least that'll be one that we can set up, so that works fine. I'll just have them fortify for now. Have them go up here. Have another naval unit around here just so we can keep eyes on what his movements are like. Since he has cities down south, it's going to be a direct competitor. Good, now that that settler is completely safe, we'll just start bringing them over. That way we can get them linked up and then keep moving them along. Awesome. And yeah, I do realize that I wasted an envoy doing that. That's okay. And there we go. We have 11 now. And all the other competitors are completely gone. So we for sure are going to keep this, and we have now no problem with amenities for the rest of the game. I did not want them doing that, but okay, that works. I'm just going to link them up. And then they are going to go all the way. That's... I don't think the game realizes what it's trying to have me do here. What we're going to actually do is go into harbor. +4 harbor is just too good to pass up. In this case, what we could do is we can finish up Mausoleum. That'll give us 3 arrow score. Get that built. I'll help the city be significantly better in the long term. We did get our commercial hubs, so that's perfect. We're going to pick up a couple more of these. We're up to 636 gold per turn. Not too shabby. Spy is ready. No boost active. Surprised, I don't understand why I don't see a an option to do diplomacy at all. Like to gain sources, but like not exactly sure why. Don't have anything active for this particular one. Unless it's being boosted by the other one. Oh, that's why. Okay, so if you are actively working on it, I suppose that makes sense actually. You gain sources of 2 different spies. Those spies, I guess, potentially can both be impacted by it, which is actually really good. So we're going to do listening post, get some more information on them. Okay, we'll just kind of stay out of range there of that city. Berserker would give us some arrow score. Can make it to here, get promotion, could hold off a dark age and actually put ourselves into a normal age, but it's going to be pretty tight.
The pen might not be mightier than the sword.
Did get printing, so that's going to give us a little bit more visibility as well. Diplomacy and visibility for that in general, it's just mechanic, is not a bad thing. It means you can see more about the AI, and that could actually, in the long term, make a pretty significant impact on your gameplay. Pick up that for now. There's nothing really specific that we're going to be able to pick up that would be super useful for us. Just not that kind of game. But at least we can try to pull together like a proper victory. Plenty of take a second here. That's a pretty incredible amount of amenities. So just in this coastline, there's just oceanic, so not even incorporating land. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This entire coastline is filled with amenities. That's incredible. I could actually build a city, just put a city down, put a campus, and get like some really nice yields out of it just by leaving a campus there. That's not bad. I might do some further investigation on that concept. That could be very useful.
A vast tomb lies over me.
Good, and we just got the major wonder here. Gonna definitely help us as well. We just got Mausoleum, So our coastline here, so you can take a look at our yields. Now our yields are going to be definitely improved. That will help us a little bit. You know, again, we're not really playing a dominant type of game. Our yields are extremely low, but this is going to be our primary way of winning the game, basically. We're now going to get to a point where we're going to save up some diplomatic favor. We're not going to try to sell it off too much to the AI, because at this stage, really, you know, we need to keep what we have. We are currently still a little further away than I would normally want to be for the age we're in. If I bring these guys in, or this guy in, promote him, that'll give me the Berserker, which I could use specifically as a means to get more era score. And then in a few turns, I'm about to get Statue of Liberty. We have 7 turns, so we're guaranteed at least to get the normal age, which is really important. That means at least we're going to survive that. Yeah, there's not very much here that's going to be useful for Wonders, so there's no real point going for that. Would rather like go into maybe like housing, picking up sewers. You know, we're very low on housing there, so it definitely makes sense to pick that up. In the city, since we do have access to a bank, which is actually really quite nice, that will help us grow as well. I'll hold off on getting that seaport for now. Build a campus there just for the heck of it. It's no other like major practical use at the moment. And us having the extra builder charges is definitely helping us a lot. So let's bring them to here. It would be faster to go by sea in this case than it would be to rotate through land. Get them over here. Good. Now that the gain sources attribute is active, we can go immediately for one of two things. You know, we did have the earlier idea of going for this. I like the idea of messing with loyalty. Give it a try. So as we can see, a monitor did take suzerainty, at least tied suzerainty here for now, but is likely going to take it. So once we have 2 more envoys, we will pick that up as soon as possible. That way we can get back up to par there. We have enough gold to where we can consider actually picking up some more amenities all across the empire. Would just boost our overall yields a little bit. You know, for a very low cost, would boost everything up, so it's an overall benefit. So that market got done. That's actually pretty good. We'll go into the bank. We will rotate around there. We can now Berserker, bring us within 2 era score. And then we are going to get the Statue of Liberty. That will give us 4 diplomatic victory points as well as 3 era scores. So that will boost us over the minimum. That way we don't need to worry too much about loyalty pressure. So we're kind of off the hook there. So that's positive. We'll kind of just keep bringing this guy around the area. The reason for that is so that way I can kind of scout and see if there's a navy or anything that's being formed against us. It has a pretty high amount of combat strength, so we're going to want to kind of be careful about that. Like I saw a unit go up there. Those are things you want to be careful about. Gonna bring this unit over. Yeah, we're gonna bring this unit over. Then make another lumber mill. That way we have the production taken care of in the city. We'll get good production once we have a shipyard.
Here at our sea-washed sunset
Awesome.
gates shall stand.
So we're
It all
definitely getting
works on
closer
natural
to
history.
securing a diplomatic victory. That puts us in a really strong position. Gives us not only 4 diplomatic victory points, but our cities within 6 to us has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good, so I have a city that's being protected, and all my cities here in this area are being protected with loyalty pressure. That's really good. That's fantastic, actually. Because now that means I don't need to worry about a lot of these cities, and I could focus more stuff here on this city if I need loyalty. They should be overall pretty happy because they have amenities and they have quite a bit of positive pressure in general long term, so not really worried about religious pressure issues. To pick up a couple envoys, we are going to throw both of them into actually one. That way we can regain suzerainty and also get closer to picking that up off of her. Since we got that done, we can actually go ahead and focus on university. Do that. Or even better, work on a seaport. In this case, I'm going to work on the sewer so that way we have more housing, and then I'm going to pick that up, and we will take a look at our yields. Now we've got like a really solid collection of yields here going in the city. And then if we want, we could like totally spec ourselves out specifically for that. As you can see here, I mean, 5 gold, 6 gold, 6 gold, 6 gold. I mean, some very, very strong yields. For late game yields, it's very important to have stuff like that. This is about as far as I'm going to take this unit, and I'm going to bring them back. That way I can kind of rotate them back around and just continue getting information about the area. Our first bet would be to make a harbor, get us some immediate growth. We're very positive on amenities, so we're going to be okay for a while. We're not like in a major concerning issue, but we'll pick up a harbor and we will go into production. That way we're covered in that regard. Working on a Taj Mahal, that'll actually be pretty helpful for us from a diplomatic standpoint, because when we build other wonders or go for other things, we won't need to worry about the pressure from other civilizations so much. Just getting extra era score. It means we can secure a positive era. That is all the more reason to go for it. There we go. I picked that up. That'll boost our gold back up a little bit. So that's better. Let's buy a builder. And then work on sewers. All sorts of weird activity going on here, just a small note. Got Brazil line infantrymen. You have an army here from Hungary. We've got a ton of traders coming in and out. You've got occultists. You've got rock bands nearby doing their thing. It gets getting interesting over here. I will continue to keep an eye here on Minotaur. Just make sure she's not going for a culture victory, which she is, of course. Science is not a threat. You know, there's way too much that has to happen for science for any of the other civs to be competitive there. Domination, again, no one's really been doing that. Religion, Pedro could potentially go for that victory. Depends. They both have their own religion, and they're pretty far from him, so it would take them a while to get there. So it is urgent that I get this done. Alright, everyone. I think this is a fantastic stopping point for this episode. Once again, I would like to ask you to please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe for more daily content. We'll keep the videos coming. Again, thank you everyone for your time. SpeeDMan out.